Alright, hey everyone, here we are. This beautiful, beautiful music. These trumpets. Let's watch the opening cinematic to a masterpiece of a game. Modern cinema has nothing on this gem. I will say that much. Oh, just when you thought it was over. Not quite. We start as soon as we finish Land of Lore. I forget if the opening cinematic has the best part about this game's cutscenes in it. There it is.
My father died 6 months ago. Since he and my mother divorced, we'd had our problems. I hadn't seen him as often as I'd meant to. You know how it is. You think you've got all the time in the world to sort things out. There's always something else to be doing. He'll call him next week. Then the letter from the lawyers, and suddenly it's all too late. Nothing you can do. All the words you wanted to say. Silenced. Forever. My father was the pastor at a Cornish village. He was well liked. Had time for everyone. Except his son. I can't explain it, but lately I've begun to dream about a house. Incredibly vivid dreams.
Two spooks!
I had other dreams at that time, too. Just as real, but not unpleasant. Quite the opposite. I was certain that I'd never met her, but that she really existed. Somewhere. Then the priest came to see me. He was the kind of person my father always disliked and mistrusted. I nearly shut the door in his face. But something stopped me. He said his name was Elias Camber. Apparently, he and Dad met at a conference a couple of years ago and kept in touch, off and on, by letter. He told me the letters had become very agitated over the last few months. Father had discovered something about a strange house on the outskirts of the village. Something terrible. Then there were no more letters. Just a parcel a week before Dad died, with a covering note asking Camber to make sure I got it. Almost all of what Camber told me was a lie. There's no priest of that name in Cornwall. I checked. I ignored the whole thing for a while. Didn't want to think about it, I suppose.
Oh, it's great, Borrowed.
But the dreams have been getting worse. So 2 days ago, I opened the parcel. Fragments of some carved objects. Some of the pieces are missing. I've looked in every reference book I can think of. I'm none the wiser for what they might be. I do know they're powerful. So here I am, at the house Camber spoke of, the house of my nightmares. I feel I've been brought here by something. I don't know what it is, or what it wants.
Oh yeah, very Call of Cthulhu, very just... And I'm a sucker for FMV games, but I love the fact FMV with terrible CGI backgrounds. Not bad voice work, but very bad acting, like physical acting. I don't know, it is a crazy game, and I've never beat it. I've always meant to get around to it. The only reason I haven't beat it is it does get very, very hard. It's one of those games where there's very limited health in it, and when you run out of heals, that's it. And yeah, you can see the blue screen reflecting on him. I know. Back before it was a green screen, yeah. The good old days. Just wait till he tries to interact with terrible CGI objects. Convenient matchstick and lantern. So now the big question. What kind of game is this? I mentioned hell, so you're probably a bit confused. You're just like, oh, some sort of action game, maybe? Not quite. So, it is Realm of the Haunting, and it is a really odd game. It's an adventure game. We're going to skip the intro cutscene. We'll save that for when we actually do it. But it is an adventure game. You walk around the house, you interact with things, you get to hear amazing voice acting. Sometimes.
Those eyes almost look real. Don't budge. This one's stuck fast.
A prequel to Amnesia. Oh, you.
Code stand. Elias Camber, if I'm not mistaken. He's holding a mask.
The voice acting is actually really clear in this game.
Cult-style robes.
So as you can see, it's just this weird point-and-click adventure game. For example, we can pick up a book here. Go to our inventory if I can hit the right button. There we go. And go over here to books, and we can interact with the book. Maybe. I know you can read them. There we go.
Novel. Look Homeward Angel.
Now we can't read it any more than that, but that's what we have. And then the game gets weird. So you're trying to solve this puzzle, you're trying to do the adventure game thing. It's spooky, and then, oh yes. And then this happens. And you're like, what have I gotten myself into? they tried to make a puzzle game in something very similar to the Doom engine. Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. So anyway, I will leave you all with that. We'll try and finish Lands of the Lord tomorrow. Very much think that's possible. Should just take an hour, hour and a half. And then Realm of the Haunting soon. Maybe start that tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see. But it's a game and a half, and I'm very excited to actually see the ending of it. And hey, Marguerite. Wow, I'm sorry. Your color there is just burned my eyes blue. It's extremely painful and hard to read. But A. Lamau indeed. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a nice night, and yeah, take it world. Hopefully Rudy is able to get some sleep. I know he's been working a little bit, so.